We are back in the Belgian city, and yes, the German pack has come out. And no, as you can see, the city is not finished. And we definitely will be using the German pack in the city. As you can see here, in this region here, where I'm gonna change it back to daytime. Wait. Look at this. I'm like a hacker. Yeah. So I really like the German pack buildings. I wish the mixed use had like older buildings, but to be honest, I don't wish that because the ugly new buildings are really useful. Like here, they kind of fit in with the French a bit more, but then also for the suburbs, which we're gonna do. I'm gonna do something really cool, so you have to watch for that. But like in the ugly suburbs, they suit really well. What was I even thinking with that? We're changing that. But yeah, I'm really happy with the German pack. The one by one buildings are unique, but I've managed to make them work in some places. And what else? We've got this weird thing. I don't know what this complex is. It's something special, that's for sure. But yeah, so we've got German packs. We've got like we've got a French square. We've got a Belgian square. And then we've got almost like the Dutch square or Dutch square here. And we've got the German square. Even though it's supposed to be one city, so it probably shouldn't be like that. Either way, we've got really cool German buildings. As for a quick tour of what this small area has, we've got obviously what I imagine to be like a town hall here, which is almost like the more German version of the French police building there. Then we have this weird new development here, which, I mean, there's no design direction to any of it, but I saw some posts on like this hotel building, and I really like how it looks. It can be used really well. So like here, it's used really well with the college, and then here it somewhat works with the different combinations. So I just probably wanted to use it again, and I think it looks quite nice. We've got this view, which I used in a YouTube short. I love just how ugly the college corner is, even though, I mean, it's great, but it's like that style, and I think it works really well with that view. And then we have the train here. We've somewhat detailed it, which, as you know from the first episode, for me means place a bunch of trees. But I decided to use the surfaces, and I kind of like how it looks, even though it's kind of strange having tiles in what looks like a muddy area. We've got technically some industry here, and I really hope this isn't... Yeah, I hope it doesn't pollute, but it kind of looks like it does. And then we've just got like just Belgian single lot wide, even though these evidently aren't, but just a lot of them. And then uh, this square, I imagine, is like a pretty expensive square, and it's like I guess in Amsterdam, the area around the Rijksmuseum. I mean, like these sorts of buildings. So obviously they don't look like your typical Amsterdam house, but they're definitely here. There's some also newer, less conventional ones. But you know what? I bet I could make this with the German buildings. We're gonna build one of them in the suburbs somewhere. But yeah, I meant kind of like this sort of thing. However, as you can probably see, it's very much not finished, and we'll start the episode with finishing this. And Okay, so at this point, we've actually... What have we... Nearly finished, actually, the original... like, plateau almost that the city sits on. Because in the map, we've made a valley, which now we've cut and covered over here, so you can't really see it. But the highway, this highway pretty much runs through what that valley was. And what I'd imagine was like the original edge of the city. And it continues, I think it continues down here. And then out here, as you can see, where it's like a lower area. But yeah, so we've finished like the bottom half of this because, well, because we've gone up to the highway. And I'd say this area, I'm kind of interested in what to do with this area. I'm thinking either we make it like another rich district, or we make it like a poor district, like it was part of the port. But what I also did in that time lapse montage is we did this suburb. I didn't show any of it because it's basically the same as what's going on there. You can't see it behind all of the complaint bubbles. It's basically the same as what's going on there. It's not finished because the insides of the blocks aren't done. And it's basically going to be like another one of them in this area here. We've got a new train station. This train station looks a bit like... It's got the same color palette and somewhat style of Amsterdam Centraal. Which maybe wasn't the right way to go. I used one of my other custom roofs to create what looks like a passage here. And I guess we kept the original French here. I prefer this station though. I love how it looks, and it actually provides somewhat of a unique view, because before it just looked like you were looking at some other building, but now it kind of feels, especially with the is it a parapet? No. With the mini spire thing going on there, it looks a bit more important. I'm not actually sure if this area fits the Belgian style, kind of because, for lack of a better reasoning, it looks too well manicured. And the bike lane looks a bit off because the lane markings are a bit off. And also, does Belgium even have such well-defined bike lanes? I don't know. It depends. Well, if this is in Flanders, it might. But yeah, I don't know. Let's just do the cinematic.